They have no regard for you whatsoever. How can a woman sit here and tell a man how to be a man? The fact that you holding your baby daddy away from his kids and they need him in order for them to become what they're supposed to be makes you even more culpable and more responsible for the failure of your family. How you gonna sit here and have a conversation with me? I don't debate with women, I teach women. I don't go back and forth in order to be able to try to prove a point. I'm using them as an example of what it is that they're supposed to be doing and then teaching them a lesson. Think I'm about to sit here and debate with a woman? Why would I do that? I could teach you a lesson. If you want to give a little bit of pushback, I'll make an example out of you, but why would I debate with a woman? Why would I do that? You're not my equal. We're not the same. You can't stand in my shoes. You ain't built like me. You ain't never been on no roof, right? Hanging shingles. You ain't never helped carry a return air system for the hood for a restaurant we was building and then fell off a roof and then got up, went to urgent care, got your whole arm sewed back on and then went back on that roof. You don't know what it means to be able to work construction in the wintertime. You ain't never been in a pit inside of a plant of a steel rolling plant in order to scrape all of the steel out of the bottom of it and then you came out with your eyes all black. You ain't never been in a construction site where the mosquitoes was eating you up and you still had to get them bricks up because the customer still wanted this stuff together. You don't know what it means to be able to go out and work 2 jobs and then at the same time go to school and you got a wife and a child that's dependent on you. You can't stand in my shoes. Nigga, what you gonna tell me about being a man? You don't even know what a real man look like. Your man ain't even got no scars on his hands. He ain't never even been in a fight before. You can't tell me what it's like in order to carry a family. You carried a child for 9 months. I carried your life for the whole life. I carried your mama. Sitting here talking about what it is to be a man. Who are you? Just what? Because you wear a baseball cap, you think just because you dress like me, that you can stand in my shoes? You ain't built to stand in these shoes. As a matter of fact, if you stick around me long enough, I'm going to turn you back into the woman that you're supposed to be. That's a fact, though. We're going to unlock all of that stuff that's been put up. All of that tension that you got being built up, all of that stuff that you think that you are, we're going to turn you back into what it is that you was. What your daddy wanted you to be. Sitting here having a conversation with men, and we built this fucking world, and you benefiting off of it, and you gonna sit here and try to coach men and coach women on how it is that they supposed to move. Who the fuck are you? Where y'all niggas listen, have these people start stating their credentials before they sitting here having a conversation with you, telling you what it is that you supposed to be doing. Says who? How many of you hoes is married? Ain't got no results. Nobody got a result to save their fucking life. Why is so many of these chicks writing books? To who? Who gave you hoes a deal? Why are they writing books? Y'all went and bought Jada a book? Why? Who? What? When? Where? Why? And how? Why are these women qualified to write text on a manuscript and then sell it to you for whatever it is that they selling to you for? I heard somebody put my name in a book. What the fuck? Somebody sent me a clip where somebody said that my name is in a book and they used me as an example or something. The fuck? Says who? You know what I spent my summers doing when I was young? You know what they had us doing? We was building churches. When we would get out of school, We were spending our time. A lot of times we built the church, 8401 Puritan. We built that shit from the ground up. From the ground up, we built that shit. We wasn't making no money. We was just building churches. We was volunteering. We was in the hood, in the mud. We was walking through the neighborhood, knocking on doors. Knocking on doors in the hood. That's a fact, though. In the hood. Having conversations with people. Asking them what they need in order for us to then bring them back whatever it is that they need in order to fix their lives. Whether they needed money, whether they needed groceries. We was walking through the hood, knocking on doors, asking people, how can we help them? We was on a roof in 90-degree weather putting tar on top of the roofs. We was building whole buildings, plumbing, everything, painting, walking out with soot on our faces. I was groomed for this. Everything that I've been through in my lifetime has led me to this moment right now. I wasn't allowed to just gloat and be successful because they humbled me in order for me to understand that this ain't the end. You can't celebrate now because we ain't even at the finish line yet. My prayer for y'all, my prayer for you men is that you, first get a real role model in your life. It ain't got to be me. It could be anybody that adds value into your life. Get a real role model in your life that's going to help you, hold you accountable, and push you. That's going to push you to your greatness. That's not going to tell you the thing that you want to hear, but it's going to tell you the thing that you need. That's going to tell you that you first need to be selfish before you can be selfless, because what being a man is not defined by what women want. The women, the money, all of that stuff, it come with it. But what it does is it builds character. It builds the thing that's going to keep you when everybody tries to tear you down. See, all of this little internet shit, I'm cool with it. You know why? Because I've been through real stuff in my real life. And so what it did was it forged this sense of pride, duty, this shield, this breastplate of righteousness that I stand in front of anybody and I'm not willing to acquiesce over to or move off of my square just because. And when everybody else is against you, all you need is what it is that you've learned in your lifetime that then carries you through it, because everybody will fall. Every last one of them over time will fall. Nobody will be able to stand against you and nobody will be able to control you, but you will be your own man. And what you see happening in society today is so many men that have become feminine because they think that just because somebody else validates them or a woman gives them a stamp of approval that means something. Let me tell you something. Just because a woman says that she agrees with me, that means nothing to me. I don't need your stamp of approval. I don't need your validation. I need your submission. I don't need your credit. I don't need your validation. I'm not interested in what your opinion is. And the only reason we have a conversation with women in order to source out their opinion is to entertain while at the same time showing you the truth of what women truly are. I don't give a fuck about what you think. Your word, your opinion, your pussy means absolutely nothing to me. You know why? Because I can get another you in 5 minutes. I can get another you. I can replace you tomorrow. And the replacement will bring me 10 times more value than what it is that you had to offer me. I need nothing from you except for your submission. And the minute that men start standing on a square and stop giving in to what women think and then leveraging their superpower, which is themselves, you will take over the world. And it is nothing that anybody will be able to do to stop you. The only reason why you're not where you're supposed to be, the only reason why you're not where you're supposed to be is you keep negotiating with people that do not have your best interest at heart. And I said it. And that includes your mama, your sister, or it may even be the very woman that you land next to. The only reason that you are not where you're supposed to be. Fam, you had dreams. You had posters on your wall. You had this thing that you wanted to do. You wanted to travel the world. You wanted to become great. You had a career path. And guess what derailed it? Pussy. The thing that derailed your life, and you still paying for it to this day. Whether it be a child that you was not supposed to have, or a woman that you was not supposed to be laying next to, you've negotiated and you've given up your time to somebody that then knocked you off your purpose. And the chances are that it came attached to some box. And you gave up your dreams, you gave up your life, you gave up your purpose, you gave up what it was that God had ordained for you, all because you subjected yourself to box that you could have got anytime that you wanted to anyway. And the minute that you start standing in your square, you will no longer be a slave to it, and then you will unleash everything that God had for you in the first place. But you gotta stop being a slave. Listen, and I'm gonna open up the chat, but I gotta say this one last thing. Anything that you place before your purpose, which is God-given and ordained, becomes your God. It is a false idol. Women, in a large sense, have become a false idol to men, which is one of the reasons why we cannot do the things that we're supposed to be. Hear me out. Anything, it does not matter what it is. The reason why it says the love of money, anything that you put before your purpose, anything you put before the thing that you were ordained to do, the thing that you were put on this earth to do, becomes your God. A woman then becomes your God. It is a false idol. And it is the reason why your whole life is derailed, because God will not allow you to become the thing that you're supposed to. Even if you think that you're relatively successful, you were supposed to be at a different level. And the minute that you open up your mouth and profess that you no longer will be a slave to whatever this false idol is that is in front of you, you then unlock and unleash your potential and you become great. One of the reasons why men should never even get into a relationship with a woman that's a step baby mama.